Welcome in everyone to the weekly astrology / tarot reading. So on these weekly readings, I just tap into kind of what's going on astrologically with the planets and stuff like that for the week. And then we do a little reading with oracle cards and tarot. This week is the week starting January 13th. This is actually a jam-packed week. There's a lot actually going on astrologically, so I'm going to tap into that first. I did also want to include, I don't know if I called this out in last week's reading, but today, I'm actually recording this on the 11th. So this is the 111 portal. So January 11th. So we're going to also kind of tap into that portal energy today with the reading. Another thing that I wanted to kind of go over is what, along with the portal, also the North and South Node today are moving signs. So the North Node is moving from Aries to Pisces, and the South Node is moving from Libra to Virgo. This should be a nice relief for Libras out there. But because this is moving into Pisces and Virgo, this is really, the shift today is going to impact the most the mutable signs, which is Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. So to tap in a little bit to what the North and South Node means. So the North Node kind of represents the future, the path forward, kind of things that we should focus on, where the South Node is really what we're moving away from, what we should be letting go, what we should leave in the past, things that we've already worked through. Definitely when it comes to, with your birth chart, the North and South Nodes, that can give you a good sign of your South Node is kind of saying, hey, this is what you potentially focused on in past lives and kind of mastered, and potentially like earlier in this life, where your North Node is kind of like, that's your higher purpose in this life. You can look at your North Node and see kind of what you're coming into this life to kind of work on and master and focus your time on. The South Node is kind of telling you, well, you've already done this, so don't focus or get too caught in this area, because a lot of times people feel more comfortable in the South Node energy. So for example, if you're like now, if you're a Pisces North Node, right, look at what that means around Pisces, because that's going to be really what you should focus on in this life. And usually because Pisces is, a water sign and tied to emotions, you're going to be challenged more in kind of becoming more intelligent emotionally in this life. Like, it's going to be something that you kind of have to learn, and it's maybe an area that you don't feel as comfortable in, the emotional body. But this life is, a lot of the lessons are going to be for you to really grow and expand in your emotional and reconnect with emotions. Where, like, if Virgo is your South Node, that's more intellectual, intellectually focused, and Virgo's an earth sign. So that means that you've kind of already mastered that, and you probably in this life feel more comfortable in your Virgo energy, feel more comfortable in your mind and in the intellectual aspect. But, that's not why we're here, right? We're here to challenge ourselves, to go into the areas where we don't feel as comfortable, to kind of learn how to, I don't want to say master, but you could be mastering, but just, again, it's around harmonizing, right? And integrating all the aspects of the whole. And when we think of, you could look at the elements as integrating fire, earth, air, and water, and harmonizing in all of that instead of just leaning more towards one or two. So kind of went into depth around the North and South Node, but when it comes to this North Node moving into Pisces, I think this is going to be really nice energy for everyone. Since this is, really focused on the path forward, a theme is going to be about reducing stress and anxiety, which I think obviously we all probably would love. And it's going to bring Help bring dreams to reality. That's that Neptunian Pisces energy. And part of that is bringing and manifesting dreams, but doing it in a way where it's more hands off. Okay, not so much tactical and like doing things into reality. That's more of that Virgo energy. And so Virgo self node is, again, what are we letting go? What do we need to leave in the past and not focus on? And really, that's about the need to control, perfectionism, again, doingness, thinking, plans, goals. That's more Virgo. So we're going to tap more into the emotional and spiritual revolution with this, or kind of realms. So I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio. So I have a lot of water in my chart. So that definitely, I'm loving this North Node and Pisces energy. So if you don't have a lot of water in your chart, again, it might kind of not be as comfortable for you, but use it right as an opportunity to kind of tap into your emotions, into your spirit, into your dreams, and feel into that. Feel them into reality instead of trying to do them into reality. That's kind of the key for Pisces. So that's happening today. So there's a lot there. I wanted to tap on that. I already kind of talked a lot, but moving on. So Monday, January 13th. The 13th is a jam-packed day. So Mars in retrograde will trine Neptune and Pisces on Monday. That's going to bring a lot of sensitive, dreamlike energy. Again, now we have the North Node in Pisces as well, so there is going to be a lot of this energy right now. It's that dreamy, very, moon, kind of, again, and on the kind of negative aspect, or just like cautionary piece of this, is it can stir up delusions. That's kind of that Pisces moon energy, is it can kind of distort how we're interpreting things or what we see. So just watch for that. The same day, Sun in Capricorn will trine Uranus. This is a good one where, as far as it'll kind of stir up ambition and stir up motivation. You may want to challenge the status quo, which is that Uranian energy, especially when it comes to your identity and future plans. Again, Uranus can bring about kind of unexpected things or shocking things, surprises. So watch for that. And then the other big one that day is we have a full wolf moon. So a full moon, it's a wolf full moon in Cancer. So this one can be a little, with that wolf full moon energy, can trigger some emotions, as far as like a big one would be like anger. But then it's kind of like, it starts with anger, but then kind of you're able to process that through your filters, and it then turns into kind of sadness, which then allows you to really release some held in emotions. But this is asking us with that Cancer energy to tap into the heart space. Again, Cancer's water, like Pisces and Scorpio, so it's very emotional, which is kind of interesting with that opposite aspect of we're in Capricorn Sun, right? So that's kind of the structure and business focused energy with the Sun in Capricorn, and then we have the Moon in Cancer. So that'll be an interesting one. So we have a lot of energy moving into the beginning of the week. On the Tuesday, the 14th, Venus in Pisces squares Jupiter in Gemini. So this is going to be a very passionate day. This is going to kind of ignite your passions and help bring them into fruition. The other thing with this, Venus energy with Jupiter, what's really happening is this is kind of igniting a long-term kind of love story that's being written that's going to continue to kind of write itself going forward throughout the next few months. And you'll want to kind of re-look back. So end of March, beginning of April, that will be a time when actually what's happening or where you're at in regards to potentially love or relationships is going to actually start right now this week. So you can probably, that's a time for you to actually watch during that time and look back at, you know, what happened kind of mid-January, and there'll be some sort of connection there. The 15th, the sun is in Capricorn, is opposing Mars retrograde in Cancer. So this is a major, the theme or word for this is conflict. So just, again, it can be a day to kind of just be aware. It can activate both love connections and enemies alike. So it's like at the same time you can get triggered from a negative aspect, it's also going to help you heal at the same time. So I think there's always a positive to any energy there. On the 17th, the sun sextiles Neptune, which that energy will help you actually process what you've learned, not only from the 15th, but just like in the past, and help you kind of process what you've been through. Again, it's kind of that integration point. And then the 18th, so there's something almost every day this week. The 18th, Venus conjunct Saturn. So this again is bringing up themes in relationships. It can kind of get blown out of proportion or just kind of really get elevated. If you know, that can be positive or negative. And what's really this energy is asking of us is, where can we deepen our relationships? Okay. And potentially, if it's a negative trend in our relationships, really putting a spotlight on it to say, okay, what do we need to change? So this can cause relationships to deepen in commitment, especially around commitment, or just deepen in kind of that connection. And especially when we're looking at the future, okay? So a lot of discussions around the future may arise because, again, this energy, Venus conjunct Saturn, is really asking us to do the work. We're moving forward. What do we want? And being clear about that. And then what do we need to do to kind of, again, deepen from a relationship standpoint. And then the 19th, we have two things here. Mercury sextiles Venus. So this is a prime time to socialize or get out and connect with people. You may definitely feel the urge or yearning to do more socializing on this day. And it's definitely going to help people bring up more of a positive aspect because everyone's going to be feeling this. So it can be more, people can be more of a pleasure to be around on that day. So maybe you want to plan any sort of get together that day because, again, the energies will help support that being more successful. And then that same day, the sun moves into free thinking Aquarius. So I always love Aquarius energy. It's very light. It's going to bring a fresh new, it's like feeling a fresh new breeze, or like, you know, the weather lightening up, or just the sun shining. So it'll be a nice energy. It's going to help also bring people out of like that introspective, maybe recluse energy, and help bring people back out to reconnect with people in the world. And Aquarius is also asking us to free ourselves. Aquarian energy is about freedom and expansion. And it's really asking us to free ourselves from anything that really isn't authentically you. It's definitely inspires us to really shine our authenticity, shine our truth. And anything that doesn't align with that, Aquarian energy is like, nope, that's not working for me. So that'll be a good energy moving from Capricorn. So that kind of rounds out the, again, astrology this week. So that was a lot. Sorry for all the talking. I'll dive into the reading here. So I'll pull a couple oracle cards for the kind of base energy for this week. Transformation. I can definitely see that with all the stuff going on. It's very transformative. There's a lot. Fulfillment and wonders. So I can totally see this transformation and fulfillment where that's playing out in all these planetary alignments. Because all of this stuff is happening, a lot of it is really diving into, again, our authentic truth, what aligns with our dreams, our desires, with a lot of that Piscean watery energy here. And our emotional body is tied to this term fulfillment. Because when we think of feeling fulfilled, I mean, that's a feeling, right? That's more of an emotional state. So we're really transforming, to me, emotionally, transforming internally to really align with those things that bring us fulfillment, and what really are those things that expand us, bringing in things that expand us, whether it's people, places, things, experiences, and really opening us up, because that's what fulfillment does. It really opens us up in all regards, our senses, our feelings, and then we can bring in and experience more of the wonder and see a new way, see a new experience in front of us that brings in more wonder to me. You know, especially too, I almost see like air, earth, and like, you know, I'd almost say this is more emotional, intuitive with the crystals. So we're kind of harmonizing all those pieces. I think the one thing we're missing is that fire energy, which if we looked at all kind of the signs and the movement of the planets, we're really more focused on these three areas. I didn't see a lot. There's not a lot of fire energy, so that totally makes sense with the energies we're feeling this week. So I almost see like grounding more from the intellectual, grounding ourselves from like this floaty energy, because that Piscean energy, we can feel a little like floaty and out there a little bit. And that's grounding us more into our emotions, grounding into the here and now, which is the physical reality. All right, let's pull some tarot to get a little bit more. So we have the Seven of Cups. So here's also that Piscean energy. The Seven of Cups is very Piscean, because this card can be about confusion. I do feel like there's some caution with the really intensity of Pisces energy can bring about that, like I said, can stir up delusion or kind of confusion, can make things not as clear. On the positive end of this card, it's really about all of these cups are housing all of our dreams and desires. So you have the positive and negative of the Seven of Cups. The Six of Wands, I almost see this more as realizing our dreams and desires. Like the Six of Wands is about success and recognition, and really connecting our connections here with the people around this guy. People are recognizing, validating our needs and desires, and we're feeling successful in the emotional area of our life. So here's some more cups. Three of Cups, again, that's about social connections or just relational connections, and those filling us. So this week can be, you may see more opportunity to connect, or people might be coming out of the woodwork. I guess I can't talk tonight. So there may be some more opportunity for social connections. Six of Swords. So Six of Wands and Six of Swords are very similar. It's like we're feeling success. We're feeling the energy of moving forward. And there's a strong focus this week on how are we moving forward and actually making movement in a positive direction. And then look at that. What are we moving towards? The sun. Loving it. We're moving towards the sun, moving towards things that feel better, that kind of bring us more happiness and fulfillment. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So this almost brings up to me that South Node in Virgo, Libra and Virgo energy. You know, this is almost what we're moving away from, and really having that awareness of maybe some, again, relational patterns that we've had in the past that were challenging. What are those patterns that, again, almost like they don't fulfill us, they actually like kind of suck the energy out of us? This could impact like our health to these patterns, but these patterns are really tied to that need to control, which can be kind of that Virgo energy. So it's like that control game. And how do we come into connection and harmonizing that control? And it's not like, you know, there at any given point, one person or another in the relationship is going to either, there's going to be a pull and, you know, a give and take energy, and that's that Two of Pentacles. It's like that up and down. And that's where, if we are in a healthy relationship, we understand, you know, there's that harmony where there's that give and take. So sometimes maybe you may lead more, where sometimes the other may lead more, but there's that awareness that that's okay, and it's not always one person trying to control everything. So I think there's definitely that awareness of trends and patterns that have been harmful, negative, toxic, that really sucked all the good things from us. Two of Swords, it's really blocked us. The Empress, so this could be tied to mother wounds, with when I see the Empress and the Five of Swords. This could be a partner, or just representing, it could be like a mother dynamic that's still in play, but this could be about just our patterns that stem from our mother wound. Eight of Wands. But I like this. This could be about communication and really honing in on, you know, communicating how we're feeling, communicating our needs. And again, to really stay in harmony in this give and take, there has to be a lot of kind of responsible communication, the ability to communicate. Four of Cups, Eight of Swords, and Judgment. So I really see this almost, it's a week that's really honing in on these patterns, but it's helping us to break free, to change and shift the patterns that have, like these, all these cards right here are very stuck energy. There's a very stuck energy. This can also be like people who have victim mentality, or just feeling like, you know, maybe they always make excuses of why they can't do things, or why they do the things they do, which create, again, these dynamics, these patterns that doesn't equal success here. But I feel like with the Eight of Wands and the Judgment, I mean, we're really looking for success. We're really looking to move forward into the future, moving away from these patterns. And I think we're really going to tap into this to really go there. We have to really go into the emotional body, especially for people who have been stuck in their patterns for a long time. And maybe realizing that either our connections are also going to be able to open themselves to their emotional body and connect, go to the root of wounding or traumas, and work through that together to help us really move forward in a positive direction. Or that's going to be you really identifying this and moving forward and letting go of the things or the people or the patterns that really haven't been serving us. So what's really, I just want to get, overall, these are very challenging energies here. I feel like this is more referring to patterns. Can I get another card just in general about what is it that you need, like, what is the purpose of this week? Yes, it's about moving forward. Chariot. So the universe really wants us, is supporting us to move forward in a better direction here. We also have the Six of Swords down here, which is about moving into ease, moving into less stress, moving into supportive energy that really is less work. Okay. And then we can focus on things that make us happier here. I'm just going to get one more. The Hermit. And that is really about that really awakening. Like, the Hermit is about that spiritual expansion, really seeing things from a new perspective and really shining the light on all of these patterns, on all these things that have been keeping us stuck. And that's what's going to move us forward. So this is it is kind of a big week. Like, this week is really going to help us in terms of moving us forward in regards to our dreams, moving forward towards more, a place that's more desirable for us. Identifying again what our needs really are, and focusing on filling our own needs, and then finding and manifesting, attracting people and situations that really align with, again, where we want to move forward. So what's the Eight of Wands Judgment? Yeah, it's really working through heartache, wounds. Ten of Wands. It's time to, this is about a period in our life where we've really dealt with a lot of challenge. We were meant to really experience all the negative for us to identify, identify our patterns, identify our wounds that we haven't integrated, that we haven't, the needs of our child self, the needs that are really deep within us, our true needs that we've never, provided for. And because we've never provided and fulfilled those needs within us for ourselves, we've been attracting people and situations that also can't meet our needs. And really, it's about moving. This is a whole new cycle that we're moving into. And I think that's what they talked about with that Venus energy, and how we're writing a new love story. And I almost feel like we're writing a new love story with that relationship with ourselves, but also with other people. And this was a really beautiful reading. I love this. And I really think that around the end of March, April, we're going to be in a new space. And not necessarily we're going to be in a new relationship. That could be it. But I feel like we're going to be in a new space with ourselves, and how we're feeling in our life, and how we're feeling from an emotional standpoint. I really do feel like we're going to overcome some of this, difficult, heartache, wounds that really have been festering for a while. And these may really be coming up. They may have been being triggered and coming up a lot for even the last year. But I do feel like we're reaching ahead. It's okay, the Ten of Wands is about a cycle ending. And any baggage that we've been carrying, we're going to see it in a new way. And the baggage is released when we start to work with our inner self, the Hermit, and validate ourselves, fill the needs that our inner our consciousness, our parts are asking for us, that have been asking from us. We could have been self-abandoning. We could have been disrespecting ourselves. Not seeing our worth. Focusing too much on trying to fill other people's needs at the expense of ourselves. So this is shifting. So this has been a long reading. Hopefully you've made it through to the end. But I do feel like there was a lot of good information about this week. So hopefully that'll help you. Definitely share this video if you think it can help other people that you're connected with, and give people some perspective. But if you liked this, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. But again, love connecting with all of you, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.